Hi, how's it going? This is Resin of Collinwood for YouTube, back with another Dark Shadows video for you guys. This is my second and final video for tonight. I will be back sometime tomorrow. I don't know exactly when, for another Dark Shadows video. This video, however, is about the secret rooms or secret passages in the old house. Now, it's interesting because the first secret room we sort of learn about in the old house is actually behind the bookcase. And I gotta tell you, I was not expecting this when they first did this. There's like a secret lever or latch, and you have to pull, after that, you have to pull the bookcase and it moves. It's like a door, and what is it swings open a bit, but it's really difficult to not just open but to close. It's very heavy. I actually think this is a legitimate bookcase that was built as a secret compartment, probably to store weapons and ammunition, I would say, for the war, or even medical supplies. As my buddy Patrick McRae has touched upon, that this house was probably built for defense most of all. And it probably was. I mean, when you think about it. Also, now this isn't a secret room, but there is a jail down in the basement. By the way, in the jail, there is a secret room. Well, there's a secret passageway, I should say. On the wall, one of the bricks moves, and it opens a secret passageway leading to the bottom of Widow's Hill. Now, you, you actually do hear, now this isn't the same secret passageway or the secret, uh, there are some people who know this, David and Barnabas know this, that there's a winding staircase in the attic, a secret room in the attic. It has a winding staircase and it leads to the top of Widow's Hill. And they say, well, do you know what that's for? David's like, do you know what it's for? And Barnabas is looking at the sea, and David says, yeah, but sometimes you can watch the sunrise. You can catch the sunrise. And Barnabas is like, nope, because he can't see that shit. Um, at least not without bursting into flames. Um, Now, is there other rooms that we don't see? It's weird because there's a, not behind the bookcase, but to the left, there's a doorway, but there's no door. And they walk through this curtain. And at times when you see this, they end up down in the basement. So I'm sort of wondering, is there a secret way into the basement we just don't know about? They do say about a door into the basement, another door. And I'm sort of wondering if there's a passageway that goes to a secret door that leads into the basement. Now, we don't see this necessarily. We don't see a secret passageway. We don't even see a door. But there's times you'll see somebody walk behind there, and next thing you know, we're in the basement. And it's like, well, wait a second. They didn't go through that other door, so how they get down there? I'm pretty sure this is just some trickery with the camera. I could be wrong, though, because they're just at times they're standing there, and there are times they're walking down the same set of stairs, but it's like, okay, do those stairs connect to somewhere else too? Like, is there a second set of stairs on the upper floor where you can get to them? Again, it's not really explained, but it's, you sort of wonder. They do mention though about there's another door to the basement that's always locked because they try to prevent. Barnabas mentions that other door about when they say about David playing or a kid, when they say about Sarah being in the basement. Um, and they don't want David in the basement. They don't want David sneaking down in the basement too. And I think David does end up down there, and they think he got through that door, I believe. So there is that. Is there? I sort of wonder if there's a secret passage in the East Wing. We know of the room that Barnabas hides his coffin in. That happens during 1897. But I'm sort of wondering in the East Wing, was there a secret passage you could go through? Maybe I'm sort of wondering how many of the servants' quarters in the East Wing were sort of used as shortcuts by Barnabas or Willie when they were. Now, that's not necessarily a secret passage, but sometimes servants had their own entrances, I should say, not just their own quarters, but their own entrances where they could go in and out. So I'm sort of wondering how many servants' entrances were used by either Barnabas or Willie when they were in the old house, downstairs included, because we sort of see that with not just Angelique, but with Lieutenant Nathan Forbes when he goes out the servants' quarters, and Angelique's like, "Why are you coming out there?" um, but she's like nosing. So there is that. I do wonder though too, like in the East Wing, if they weren't using the servant quarters, or sorry, the servants' entrances, where there just another secret passageway, or was there just another way to get down into the basement from up there? Again, it's really strange because when you're downstairs, when they show the downstairs set, like if you go straight from the entryway, there's the metal door, and there's the basement. Like you open that door and you go down them steps. But there's been times, like I said, you'll see either Willie or Barnabas go and behind they'll go through the doorway. There's no door, but it's a door. It's like an entryway, if you will, entryway or doorway, whatever you want to say it is, and they'll be in the basement. It's like, okay, now how did they get down there? Or they'll be coming down the same set of steps. So it's like, okay, is there an upper part of those steps that goes further and we just don't know it? Again, it's really intriguing when you think about it because you're not exactly sure because they're not showing them go through another entryway into the basement. Like you don't see that. Like you could presume it, I guess. And actually, too, back there, I'm pretty sure that's an extending hallway of rooms. Like back behind that entryway is a hallway of rooms, or a hallway down. Maybe also too, when we see down in the basement, Julia has her own laboratory, and there's a doorway into it. So there is that. Again, the old house was the original Collinwood in America. It was the first Collinwood in America before the Great House got built. And so I'm sort of wondering if while they were building it for defensive purposes, how many exactly entryways got put in there, secret passageways we just don't know about, because I'm pretty sure there's more than what even Barnabas has mentioned, and it would be really interesting to further explore that. I will say there's times when, like, you don't when you see Willie go out the old house and he first sees Sarah, and he starts mentioning the Barnabas about a little, hey, a kid was playing it. Oh, David again. No, 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 it was a girl. It was like, Barnabas like, what? Like, and that's what's interesting. It's like you're sort of wondering, okay, at first you're wondering, okay, did Willie just say, like, did when Willie says this, is Barnabas like, Barnabas doesn't believe, when Barnabas doesn't believe him, he's like, oh, no, you didn't see a little girl. No little girl ever hasn't played here in a long time. He knows the last little girl played there personally. Um, you don't see Willie like go into a secret doorway. Like when he comes back, he comes back in the way he came out. But there is a time when Willie's down in the basement, you see Maggie who comes out of her, who comes down into the when she's in the basement, she's hiding, and Willie's catches her and she shows her the coffin. I'm sort of wondering, like, why didn't Maggie try to poke around further in the basement for the other way out? Like, what? Because again, Barnabas and Willie mention about the other way out down in the basement. Like, there's an actual other exit in the basement. So, and I'm pretty sure the other exit isn't like in a secret compartment or a secret room. They just say about, well, go make sure the other entryway to the basement is locked, meaning the where it would lead you to the outside, and there is that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was really fun to record the secret rooms of the old house. By the way, the first person who gets put behind the bookcase is Victoria Winters, because Matthew Morgan's hiding there. Unfortunately for Vicky. All right, you guys have a great night.